The Alien film series has been put into stasis during the restructuring and rebranding that is taking place at 20th Century Studios after its purchase by Disney. There's been no recent word on any plans for new films, so I thought that I'd take a look back at the original 4 movies to see what, from each one, should be taken forward when looking to either continue or reboot the franchise. So let's begin with 1979's Alien. Alien is a pretty easy place to begin when looking for inspiration, as it began the series as we know it, lasting for over 40 years. Dan O'Bannon's script, along with input from Ronald Shusett, updated the tried and true haunted house motif that was used throughout the 50s and the 60s by setting it in outer space and replacing the ghouls and ghosts with an unknown alien creature. Ridley Scott's artistic background, along with his talent at capturing amazing and often breathtaking views, would help elevate this B-movie theme to a new level of storytelling. Add to this mix the genius of H.R. Giger and his stunning and sometimes beautifully offensive art and sculpting talents, and you're left with perhaps the best sci-fi horror team and movie of our generation. Looking forward, you're not going to be able to replace the writing of O'Bannon or the visual directing skills of Scott, yet we should also remember that this franchise has inspired countless young fans who've gone on to become the next group of Hollywood writers and directors. Neil Blomkamp tried to make an Alien film without even talking to Fox, so we know that there are competent directors out there that would love to work with the material. Replacing the immense contributions of H.R. Giger is an impossible task, but just like O'Bannon and Scott, Giger has influenced many of today's artists with his unnatural biomechanical designs mixed with themes of sexuality. People who have already worked with the prequel films like concept artist and creature designer Carlos Huante, Kang Lee, and Gutalan are all quite capable of working in the art aesthetic that Giger created, of which I believe is crucial to the success of the series. Making new xenomorph variants is fine, and to me it's welcomed, but changing the original basic designs of the Xeno, the Jockey, or the derelict vessel would be sacrilege. These films tend to be more successful when they stay closer to their horror genre roots. Alien kept the viewers on edge well before the monster was even introduced. The alien transmission, strange as it was, gave off a feeling of terror and dread. The surface of LV-426 was the definition of inhospitable, with its jagged landscape seemingly forever trapped in a constant and howling windstorm. And before the egg chamber is even discovered, the crew is introduced to the body of the deceased space jockey, conjuring up images reminiscent of the horrors of H.P. Lovecraft. All of this is done before we even encounter Big Chap, and it would be worth the wait. The alien design was magnificent, yet even so, we only get quick glimpses of it until the film's climax. The nature of this alien to use ambush hunting tactics on the crew of the Nostromo, along with its cramped and tight quarters, would bring a feeling of claustrophobia to the ship, only further adding to the suspense level. Now, I know many fans, along with myself, usually say that Alien was a horror film and Aliens was the action flick, but even here, Cameron knew how to keep the viewers scared, while Alien 3 and 4 lost some of their edge. As much as I love Aliens and like Resurrection, I think that with fewer aliens, it's easier to keep up the feeling of horror and suspense for most storylines. The egg morphine scene was cut from the theatrical version of Alien, but I'd love to see it make a return to the franchise. I know that Aliens brought us the Queen, but what would a Xeno do if no Queen were present and there was no method to molt or change into a Queen? Egg morphine could be the way of making new aliens when no Queen is present, and it could also be the method to create a new Queen by way of ovomorph or royal facehugger, or even by the creation of other casts of aliens from the extended universe, such as the Praetorians and the Palatines. Egg morphine adds an unknown and mysterious ability to the alien. We don't know how it works or how it fits into the bigger picture, and that is a good thing. And speaking of the unknown, even though I actually enjoyed facets of the prequel films, leaving the space jockey as a mystery may have been the better decision. The jockey was a strange Lovecraftian link to something so big it was beyond understanding, and meeting them as human-looking engineers kinda cheapened that. Another strong point from Alien was the cast, along with the writing for the crew of the Nostromo. We had top acting talents mixed with upcoming superstars, set with a fresh new director whose rookie methods kept those actors on edge. You even have actual rifts between cast members that only work to the film's advantage. With all of the complaints about the bad decisions of trained crew members in the prequel films, Alien should be studied for how to set up a cast and crew, or more importantly, a believable crew in the Alien universe. And last but not least, with Ripley's final heroic act, the airlock ending sequence was brilliant. It gave us the close-up views of the alien that we wanted, and even kept the Xeno possibly alive for a sequel if they got the chance. The only issue I have with the airlock ending is that it's only good the first time. It does fit with the dangers of the alien. You don't dare kill it. Its acid will just eat through the ship and kill everyone. But there has to be other ways to kill a xenomorph in space. Even the aliens now should be well aware to avoid airlocks. These are just some of the things from Alien that I'd love to see taken into account whenever the next Alien film project is made. There are tons of other things from this film that I'd love to see in future movies, and here are just a few of note. What would you like to see taken from Alien into the future? Next up for the future of the Alien franchise is Aliens. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.